Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. We are on Maypole Farm. Tonight, we're going to start a new farm. We're on farm manager mode. I don't really like starting from scratch because the money is just too low. But we're going to buy a plot of land and build our farm. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've walked down the road a bit, and there's a nice plot of land that the designer of this map has given us. It's nice and open and ready for our farm. On this farm, we're going to try to do horses and cows, maybe sheep also. We'll have to see how much money we have. And we have a very small plot of land to work with. Unfortunately, the fields on this map are really small, but we don't need big equipment. That's the nice thing. So the trade-off is going to be that we're going to be working with more affordable, small-tier equipment. So let's go ahead and buy our plot of land on the map. And I'm thinking we're going to look at... here we go. Buying this plot here for the farm. Nope. There we go. This gives us a spot over here for our home, and then also a spot here for the buildings for the animals. And it's not too crazy expensive at $145,000. So we're going to buy that. And then we're also going to buy this one here. Now this is $300,000, but it includes 4 fields, and it's right attached to our farm. So I think that this is going to be a good next purchase. So we'll go ahead and do that, and that should give us enough forage to feed our animals. But we're down to $813,000 now. We're going to take out a loan from the bank. I think we can borrow about maybe 50,000. I'm sorry, 100,000, 200,000, somewhere around there. 200 and 200. So we're now maxed out on our loan, but we have about $1 million to work with for the buildings and equipment. So let's go ahead and put our farm together. I'm going to go over here first. And in this episode, primarily, we're going to be building the actual buildings. And then we'll start filling the equipment in and getting what we need. So this is the house plot, I think. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do the trailer park home because it's cheap. We're poor farmers just starting out. Someday maybe we can build a Euro house, but right now this is going to be the plot. There we go. So from now on, this is where we're going to live. It's a sad shack, but what can you do? We're going to move on up here. This is going to be the animal farm area. Over here, I think, is where we're going to put our tractor pen. We have a road that goes out here that gives us access. This is the one field here. This is the other field here. And then that leads back. I think this leads back to our other 2 fields. Yeah, there's an access road here that leads back here, and we have a field of wheat growing, and then we also have, and this is ready to be harvested. There's also our biggest field has oat on it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 51, 52, and 50 grass, and 53 is going to be an oat field. And we'll try to get our product for the cows and for the horses that way. So let's go ahead and build. I'm going to put the tractor pen right here. And we should have enough room for cows and horses over here. Those are the 2 most seemingly the most profitable animals that we have. So let's go ahead and do our animal pens. Going to do a small cow pasture for $100,000. That's going to come across the street. And I'm going to try to, let's see, where's the at? We need to make sure that we don't put it where we can't, we need to be able to get to all those spots where there's, there we go. That should work right there. Wherever there's access points to feed them and stuff like that, we need to make sure that that's accessible. Actually, I might do this, though. Oh, this one, for some reason with this pen, you can only put it 4 directions. It doesn't allow you to rotate it, so we're stuck putting it this way. So I'm just going to do it this way. Boop, there goes that. The horse paddock can probably go right here, and then we still have room for our tractor pen there. So let's go ahead and find the horse paddock. I'm just going to do a small horse paddock. This does not collide with other objects. Maybe the tractor pen could go. Nah. Let's see. So I think we're going to have to put the tractors back here, and we'll put this up here. Obviously, these things need some serious space to have room. Pardon me. So that's going to be our horse paddock right here. Is there room for a sheep paddock? Sheep pasture is pretty small. If I rotate it this way. What about that way? Interesting. So I got all this room, but it doesn't, like, it won't fit there. So for now, the sheep will have to wait. It looks like we might have to clear some trees out. But for now, we can't do sheep. And that's okay, because I was planning mostly on doing horses and cows to begin with. We do want to put our... Let's see. We'll put a shed in first. What do we got here? All kinds of different sheds to pick from. I still think that our easy shed is probably the cheapest option. These stone little stone sheds. Yeah, these are the cheapest options. So we're gonna put this one back here in this corner. And put that right there. And maybe a second one right here. Right there. There we go. All right, and then we need a tool shop. Up at the shop. Let's see here. Zoom around a little bit. I want to put the shop kind of between the sheds if I can, but it looks like it's not going to let me do that. I think once again the trees are making it so that this can't be placed. That's annoying. Place that right here. How close can I get to these trees? Oh, pretty close for these. Right about, nope, oh, right there. Let's see, is that convenient though? What I don't want to do is I don't want to put it so that they're blocking things from going in and out of that, but I think it's far enough away that it's okay there. So that's good. And then we're going to grab this Karcher washer. Put the power washer right on the thing there. Boop. Perfect. Everything's all happy right where it belongs. Now I'm going to go into the terrain editing tool and we're going to do some painting. And we're going to pick a different ground type. Let's see, for here, is this the same kind of pavement? Yep. I'm going to pave all this area here. Unfortunately, this is kind of expensive to do it this way, but... Ooh, that tree's growing into the pavement. Just pave all that right there. And I'll probably do some spots here too. Just kind of take it between the two barns. And maybe some here. There we go. Good. Let's take a look on the ground level and see how we did. This looks like there's some workflow here. This is good. The only thing I don't like is that there is this hill here. The cow pasture kind of made a raise. It's not huge, but that could be a problem for harvesters and stuff. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more landscaping. tool, and put my F1 menu on. Let's see. I think it's Y. Oh, we need to sculpt. There we go. We're going to... Oh, we can't raise these. Unfortunately, the thing that I've noticed is with these sheds, you can't raise the terrain in front of the shed, which... It's like... It kind of defeats the purpose, but we'll try to smooth this out a little bit anyway. This whole area here, we're going to try to... I feel like Bob Ross. Make a happy little bush right here. Happy little bush right there. There's a little happy bird. All right, so everything's happy. Let's take a look down there and see. That's much better. There's still a bit of a ridge here, so maybe we'll paint that in a little bit here too. Let's go ahead and get our tool back out again. And we're going to smooth that out some right here. No, we don't want to do that. But we want to go over here and try to do this whole area here to kind of smooth all of that out. Smooth it out. Smooth, smooth. Good. Okay, so that should flatten that out, make it a little bit easier for cars and trucks and stuff to get through there. Mostly tractors. I don't think I'm going to be buying a car or anything, but... All right, so we have that all laid out. Oh, much better. Much better. There's still a little bit of a dip, but it's nothing to get upset about. All right, so now we have the things that we still need to do. We still need to add a hayloft, which I think we could put back over here somewhere, and then maybe also a water cistern. That's our way in there from the main road. Let's go ahead and get our tools back out again, and we're going to go here and go to our miscellaneous silos. There we go. We have a hayloft. This needs to be positioned so that we can get to both sides of it. Finding that position could be tricky because we're starting to run out of room here. Can this go here somewhere? If it goes over here, this is fine. If it goes right here, I need to get it to go green for a second so that we can move it around. That's not going to fit there. Seemed like right here was about where it was going to go. Getting fussy. Go here. That's such a not optimal solution. That would work. This would actually work right here. So let's go ahead and place that hayloft. Good. Good. Let's see what it looks like. There it is. Did it do any weird ground stuff? Nope. Ground is all good around it. So this is good. This is right where it kind of needs to be in between the two. Now the downside is we have a very narrow alley through here now, but once again, we're going to be using fairly small equipment, so we should be fine. Now we need to get a water trough. There's that. We can just put that anywhere in here. See if it'll let me. Once again, put it somewhere that easy to access. Right there. Good. Okay, there's that. And what else do we need? Let's look through the buildings and kind of see if we need anything else. I'm thinking maybe a grain silo so we can store oats, but we don't get a lot of oats. The problem is that the oats don't really produce a lot. So this has to be accessed from both sides. I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to keep a tipper for oats because it would be cheaper. So let's go ahead and dump that idea. That's $110,000. We can get a tipper. It's a lot cheaper, and we'll just store the oats in the tipper. So let's take a look at the equipment list that we need. I think we've got everything we need to feed our animals. Oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit of dirt scaping here. I want to get the ground textures to look kind of the same around the paddock. I think we've got the right... Yep, that's that. So through here, we're going to kind of make this dirt in this area because it's kind of goofy looking right now. Oh, it's so expensive. That right there is a little goofy. And this right here, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Shave some of that off. Right here we can get rid of this stuff and all of this. Okay. Up here we're going to get rid of some of this. Oop. Right there. And right there. And some of that. Good. That looks a little bit better. Here I want to get rid of this too. We're going to make that dirt right there. I'll try not to overwrite my... there we go. That works. Clean all that up. We're talking thousands of dollars to do this. It's crazy how expensive they make this. But okay, that's good. That should do for now. So we kind of clean that up a little bit. Now we have some paths to drive around on without having that goofy grass texture. All right, so we have water. We have place to store the food. So let's go ahead and hop down to the equipment store and start buying equipment. I'm going to grab... Let's see what we have in the small tractor category. We want something that's going to have front loader arms. It probably would be good if it could mow and collect at the same time, though we could also do a windrower setup. So what do we have? I'd say for this farm, it's going to be... I like the Armatrack. That's the newest tractor in the game. We could also do a Massey Ferguson 5600. That should have enough horsepower. The Lintrack actually might be a real good one for this one because it's such a small farm. So why don't we try that out? Let's see. It's got... What kind of wheel setups can we have? Cool. So it's got several different wheel setups. The only downside is this does not get a narrow tire. So that's going to be a problem because we're going to need to be able to have narrow tires. So let's take a look. We've done New Holland before. Why don't we look at the Massey and see what that has available? Obviously, get the biggest horsepower. We can get 130. Seems to be probably plenty for what we need. Let's see if does this get narrow tires? Yes, it does. So we can have all the different tire options. Even gets double wheels in the back if we want to do some of that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to do standard for now. We'll upgrade the tires at our shop. And we're going to go ahead and grab a front attacher for that. There we go. So there's our tractor. And that'll bring us down to the shop. Now, as far as harvesters go, unfortunately, they don't give us a whole big range of harvesters to pick from in the low end. Let's see, that's the custom shop. Where's the actual shop? So we need an equipment set. We're going to need to be able to sow and plant oats. So let's look at that first. We'll need I don't think any of our fields need plowing, but we can rent one. But we will need a cultivator. So for our tractor, the disc harrow is probably going to be the best option because it's going to be easy on the tractor. This one, 120 horsepower limit, 4.1 meters. This one's how many? 3 meters, 100 horsepower, 140 horsepower, 5 meters. That one's a little bit over our tractor's horsepower. So let's look at the Rebel from Crockerling. Go ahead and buy one of those. We will also need to get a seeder. So let's go ahead and take a look at the seeding technologies. This Spirit 300 should be fine. The Amazon will also work. The Spirit's nice because... oh, you know what? This cultivates. So we almost don't need the Crockerling. That was a bad purchase. Duh. Let's get rid of that. We're going to lose $26,000. We'll probably lose about $2,000 on that, but you know what? In the long run, I'd rather get what I need. So we don't need the cultivator because we're going to buy a seeder that cultivates for us. Pardon me. Definitely need a front weight for this tractor because that's, you can see here already, just even with the smaller cultivator on it, it's totally needing a weight. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and sell this device here. All right. Yep. All right, so we're going to get an oat mix. Yeah, we lost $3,000. Yeah. It's not horrible, but still it sucks. All right, we're going to buy this seeder. I think this thing does not fertilize. Does this one do it? Yeah, it does, but that also costs a lot more. So we're going to have to fertilize by hand. So there's this guy. We're going to buy that. Not too bad price-wise either. We're going to need a mower. So let's see what we have. There's a bunch of different options. 70 and 160. I'm looking for one that I think these are probably not going to be able to be run by my tractor. I'm just going to grab this Kuhn. This is the cheapest mower in the group. It's also fairly large at 4.3 meters. I'll grab that. We are going to need a windrower and a tedder. There's a tedder. Just grab the small one. That's fine. And we're going to grab a windrower. Grab this one. Okay, so we got all the grass stuff. We will need a collection wagon also, but let's take a look and see what we got so far. All right, so I've got all that stuff, and this is where we have this list of things that we need. We need a loading wagon. Let me see what else we got. I don't want them to be too big because this tractor, once again, is pretty small, and it's, you know, that's going to work right there. There's that. We should get front loader arms. Yep. And we're going to buy, what do we need for this? Probably going to need a scooper. Oh, I forgot a silage pit. We need to make silage. Duh. So we've got that. Did I get a windrower yet? Yeah, I did. All right, so got a scoop. We'll probably need to buy more implements for our scooper. We definitely need a front weight. Sorry. Weights. There's a bunch of them to pick from. We'll just go with the AGCO 1100. That works. What else are we going to need? Big expenses still. We need to buy a harvester. And we're just going to grab our little Roast Lamache. There we go. And we're going to need to get a header for that. I don't think we're going to need the header trailer, but we'll have to see. These are really narrow lanes, so we may end up needing to buy a trailer, but we'll see if it fits down the lanes without it. So we have the headers. We're going to get the Roast Smash header. And we also need, let's see, looking through here, we need tippers and stuff like that. So I'm going to use, let's see. We're just going to go with this with some smaller tippers. This guy, we're going to say we get this. This is going to be our oat trailer. What colors do we have available? We can do brown for oats. There we go. And then we're going to grab for a regular tipper. And we'll just. This is always the best bang for the buck. It seems like they're kind of expensive, but I'm just going to grab another one of those, and we'll keep it green for the. There we go. So we got two tippers, one for oats for storage and one for pulling our product around. So we've got all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and move some of this stuff over to the farm. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. You know, thankfully there's no traffic on this map. As you can see here, the harvester just fits down the road. It's a pretty tight squeeze. But I think once we get it onto our farm, if I can get it onto the farm without the trailer, we won't need a trailer. We'll have to see. It's pretty narrow back there. So we may need to put it on a trailer. We'll find out. Here's our lane that goes back to the farm. Coming up here. This harvester does not really move out much. 13 kilometers an hour or miles per hour is the top speed. Oh boy, here we go. Will it fit? It's in the bushes, but it's fitting. Once again, we don't. Probably never going to have to make this trip again. Let's just hope we don't. So we work our way down the lane here. This fence post on the right, so I'm going to scoot over to the left a little bit. And work our way back to the farm. And I'm going to go ahead and take the harvester all the way to the back because we are going to actually go right into harvesting wheat. Oh, man. Oh, no. Come on. I can turn my street beacons off and also turn the menu off. There we go. The last trip this will ever take down this road. So this toy harvester is actually pretty large for this setup. And I think our fields are directly back here. Though, maybe it's this way. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yep, there we go. So we're at the field. There's a second field back there that also has stuff on it. So we're ready to harvest all this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and park that there. Now, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and go back into the shop. And I forgot to make a silo for the cows. We need a medium bunker. The downside is we're going to have to make chaff from or silage from grass, which is going to require a lot of grass. So we're going to probably have to feed the cows hay for a while until we can get silage together and start doing the mix. So we'll do a medium-sized bunker if we can fit it. Yeah, we might have to do small. Shoot. No, it'll fit. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. I hate to put it so close in there. I'm trying to... There we go. Boom. Perfect. It's going to be a little tight on the ends, but that's all right. Okay, so the silage bunker's in, and we need to get our, let's see here, if we can, oh, the other thing we need to do, I forgot all about this, we need to get some more stuff for the animals. So let's go ahead back to the shop, and we're going to look at, we still need to deal with weeder. We need a small weeder. This one is what, 2 meters wide? That's going to be a nightmare. We'll get this one. You can see how fast the money goes. We need a sprayer. We're just going to get the smallest one. Do you have any smaller ones than that? Jeez, no. Okay, so. And we also need a fert wagon to do liming and fertilizer. We're going to get this. We're going to get it with the... No. No. Get it with the narrow wheel so we can use it also for fertilizer. How much is that? Jeez. So expensive. We'll just do that. Okay. So they got that stuff, and then we're going to need so we got weeding, fertilizing, and spraying. We need a feed wagon. Whew, they're expensive. And we're going to need a milk trailer and water. We'll use that for both. And that should be it. So we have $106,000 for animals, but we're going to also do the harvest, so we should have a little bit more money. Not tons, though. And so we have a nice equipment set for what we need. Once again, we're going to keep the oats off that back field. So let's go ahead and take this tipper up there, and we'll start harvesting our harvest. And since we are in Maypole, I think we drive on the left side of the road. All the road signs are on the left side, so I'm imagining we are UK rules here. If I could drive on the right side of the road, right? This tractor is not super fast either, so we have to get used to being a pokey puppy. And we're going to have to make several trips back and forth to the shop as we establish our farm. That's okay for now. I don't know where the gas station is. That's the only downside. I think it's close, but hopefully it's... oh, it's at the shop, so that's not too bad. Eventually, I'd like to build a gas cistern on our property. So let's go ahead and do our first harvest and get some of this stuff sold. And put the farm into action. And then once we have that, we'll buy some animals and we'll start planting the crops that we need to feed them. But we won't be able to buy a lot because we just don't have a ton of money. I'll probably get like 10 cows and maybe 2 or 3 horses. I do have the horse helper mod installed, so I can, you know... There we go. So they can ride the horses for us. I want to make sure that we do have straw turned on. Hold on 1 second. Making sure the straw swath is on. Okay, good. It's on disable, so that means it's running. We're not going to get a whole lot off this field. Obviously, this is a tiny little field. Almost not worth mentioning. This is barley. I think the other field is wheat, so that kind of sucks because... we're going to have to make 2 trips to the store. One for the barley, one for the wheat. But it's all straw, so that's good. We need straw. And once again, this is going to become a grass field. And we'll see. As the farm flexes, we'll see what kind of needs we have, if that works out, or if we need to change some stuff up and get different types of fields. But you can see here, this is a very, very tight quarters farm, and so we can't really, you know, the smallest equipment's really what you need. You don't want too big equipment, so this works out well because you can buy a lot of animal stuff and have small equipment to run the farm, and it's the right size for it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this field harvested, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode as we get Maypole started. I think this is going to be a fun farm, and this is just going to be kind of a quiet place to come and have a relaxing half hour as I set up my animal farm and we raise some animals. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up, always help, and we'll see you next time.